Mysuru. The company has seen the volumes of residential and commercial properties surge both on a year-on-year as well as on a sequential basis. To discuss more on this, we are joined by Pradyumna Krishna Kumar, the Executive Director of the Brigade Group. Mr. Kumar, thank you so much. Good morning for joining in. And I'd like to start off by asking you, what is the timeline on this Mysuru project? What is the investments you'd be making and what are the ticket size of the apartments that's going to be there?
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for having me on the show. So as we've disclosed a couple of days ago, we have entered into this joint development agreement to develop about 4 acres of land in Mysore. It's in a very prime locality. We will be developing about 400,000 square feet. We have a potential project revenue here of about 300 crores. It's too early to talk about timelines at this juncture, but we've just having just signed the joint development agreement.
Okay, 300 crores. What is the ticket size per apartment? And if you could also tell us what is the investment that you will be making in this joint venture?
On the investment side, like I said, it's a little early, but this will be prime high-end luxury residences for the city. Ticket sizes might be about 1.5 crore, approximately in that range, depending on larger sizes. Mysore as a city is very close to Bangalore. We have been present there for more than 30 years now, and with the recent infrastructure push over there, today you're able to access Mysore from Bangalore, say in 2 hours. In fact, it's easier to reach Mysore than some parts of Bangalore today, and we're seeing a lot of demand coming from the Mysoreans who stay in Bangalore currently, and also because it has that old world charm still with it. Like how, say, Bangalore was many years ago. So there's a lot of demand for it, even from Bangaloreans. So they want to have housing, which is safe, secure, at the same time, which meets their aspirations in Mysore. So we are confident about this particular project. And having said that, at the start of this year, we did launch a project in January of this year, and that again has been very successful for us.
What is the launch pipeline that you have, Mr. Kumar, this quarter and the next, with the second half of the year? You are projected to achieve around 6.2 million square feet in terms of launches. Are you on track for that? What's the update that you can share?
Yeah. So at the end of Q2, we did mention that, overall, we have about 13 million square feet that we would like to launch over the next 4 quarters. We've just launched, like you rightly said, Brigade Sanctuary over the weekend. That's about 2 million square feet that we've done, that we have launched. So therefore, I think we are on track to launch, what we believe is possible within the financial year. And the target remains the same as far as the 4 quarters go.
Okay, got that. Can you also take us through what the current land bank is like? Is there any plan to, make more acquisitions? If there are any other geographies as well? Of course, we spoke about Mysuru, but across the other geographies?
So currently we have about 479 acres as far as the land bank goes. It translates roughly to about 55 million square feet. And while we naturally continue to launch projects, we are also looking to replenish and add on more projects to this. Our geographies, we continue to focus efforts in Bangalore, Chennai, and Hyderabad. These have been the 3 cities that we are focused on for quite some time now. And even in the near to midterm, that would be the focus.
We've seen a lot of your peers, Mr. Kumar, going towards the northern part of the country, Gurugram, Noida. We've had a lot of peers from your own city as well in Bangalore. Have you not given that a consideration, or you've just chosen to focus on the geographies that you just highlighted? Oh, I guess we've lost the line there with Mr. Kumar. But as he was mentioning, 300 crores is what he's expecting from this project. Yeah. It's a spread. This project is spread over 4 acres in Mysore, and that is it's 0.4 million square feet. So yeah. it's quite a big project. The ticket size also, as he mentioned, it's like 1.5 crore. Yeah. He mentioned he categorized that as a luxury high-end apartment. I don't think you'd get that in Bombay.
Not in Bombay for sure. But the stock has also done quite well, right? This month itself, it's up around 25%. Of course, the entire real estate space has been moving up around 82% for this year so far as well. But Pradyumna, I think we lost you there for a minute. But you were just mentioning, we were asking you, is there any plan to look at the northern part of the country? A lot of developers are focusing on the NCR region, the Gurugram region. Is that something that you will consider, or you only want to stay in these areas?
No, so currently we are, sorry, I was talking about this earlier when we lost the signal. So yeah, so our current focus is Bangalore, Chennai and Hyderabad. I think we want to continue focusing on these three cities, apart from a couple of other tier 2 cities in the south. We believe there's a lot of depth in these markets. We see a lot of potential in Chennai and Hyderabad. We, of course, are Bangalore based, so therefore, we are always on the lookout for development over here. But as I mentioned, we are only looking at these three southern cities for now.
Okay, and could you just take us through what pricing has been like? I remember the last time when we spoke to you, you said the demand has been completely solid in spite of the fact that you have taken price hikes. There's been no impact because of that. Have you taken anything else further after that, after we spoke last, which was maybe a month ago?
So, we've constantly, looking at pricing. The demand is something that, we constantly keep looking at. Earlier we used to, look at it in a larger sort of a timeline, but today, literally daily, we keep an eye out on our pricing. We see what the demand is for the project. So depending on the project, depending on the location that it is in, depending on the size of the project. So we keep, we keep continuously looking at pricing. We do take price hikes, but over the last month, I wouldn't be in a position to say what kind of percentages hikes that we've taken.
This quarter, this October to December period being the holiday one is generally good for the hospitality segment. But is this the same case for your hotels as well, since most of the clients are corporates? What kind of occupancy levels are you anticipating this quarter and the next also, if you can share a projection on that?
Sure. So in Q2, we did see, again, we saw, occupancies at about 74, 75%. In that range is what we saw. And I think we continue to, continue to have good momentum in both occupancy as well as ARRs in our hotels. And I think we expect it to continue to do so.
Okay, that is on the hospitality segment. Just one final question before we wrap up this conversation. In Q1, we had spoken about how the change in the state government in Karnataka did cause a little bit of delays, in getting the completion certificates or the new certificates. Is that issue completely ironed out and, sorted now?
Yeah, the issues have primarily been sorted out now. We've been able to launch a large project over the weekend. I think things have settled down, and we're looking forward to launching more projects in the coming months.
All right, Mr. Kumar, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for joining in. That was the management of Brigade Enterprises. We wish you good luck for the second half of the year. Pull up Brigade Enterprises. The stock has done well for itself, as we were mentioning, Pavitra. It's off of the highs of the day, though. It's seeing some bit of profit booking now. It's down 2.5% at 850. But
it's still up around 10% for the week now. We're just greedy. We're used to seeing this kind of move on these stocks and the real estate.
We're choosing to highlight the positive. We've been in that kind of a market. But it's time for a short break here on Trading Hour. We'll get you more on the markets and stock-specific action on the other side. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.